On this episode of Celebrity Fish and Fire,
today we're in Slidell, Louisiana.
Shawn and Chef Antonio fish and cook with special guests, professional football players Mike Mauti.
Michael Mauti, I'm a linebacker for the New Orleans Saints.
And Michael Zordich.
Michael Zordich, played for a little bit with the Carolina Panthers.
These two athletes will square off to see who can catch the most fish and who can cook the best dish.
Welcome to Fish and Fire.
I'm Shawn and I'm the guide on Fish and Fire.
Shawn and Antonio.
I'm Antonio Smash Maleka. I'm the chef.
That smash part's self-proclaimed, though.
What do you mean?
No one calls you that. You call yourself that.
I smash fish and cook fish. That's what I do.
You're a good cook. You're a good fisherman. You aren't. I felt bad for my partner Antonio here. He's never won one of these kind of fun derbies that we have, so I put him with the local fishing hero, Mike Mauti. So he should win today. If he doesn't, then he has no excuses.
If I don't win today, I'm going to be ashamed to go back home.
Make his family real proud.
I got it covered today.
First of all, what we're going to have to do is, block out the noise over here. He has a way of talking where it just doesn't seem to stop.
Communication, commitment, we're all committed here, and courage, you know what I mean? We're fishing.
Sounds to me like you're trying to get a new co-host here. He knows what he's talking about, this guy.
I'm just pulling up resumes, but somebody that doesn't verbally abuse me, physically abuse me, and mentally abuse me, all right?
Yeah.
That's what I'm looking for.
I'm just trying to toughen you up.
The guys start the day out on Lake St. Catharines, where they will fish along the grass edges, looking for redfish and trout to get this competition started.
As you see behind me, we've got all these long grasses. The redfish and the trout love to hang out off these. We're just gonna cruise up these grass lines nice and slow. We're gonna work these poppers, so.
It's been 3 minutes, we got no poles in the water. How are we gonna catch fish without any poles in the water, guys?
Get in there, boys. These guys are just old college buddies, and they really fed off each other.
First cast of the morning, here we go.
We're very good friends. We go back a long, long way. It's been through a lot, and we try and get together during the season. Not a lot of free time, so it's good to get down here on his bye week.
Zords is kind of a beginner fisherman where Mauti fishes all the time, right? But these two were just on each other all the time. The stuff they said to each other, it just cracked us up all day long.
You know what? I don't have my fishing hat on, that's why. Well, get your fishing hat on.
I'm gonna go get my fishing hat on.
Get the fishing hat. I mean, we're out here fishing. You don't got your fishing hat? You got that thing looking like a gas station sausage, egg, and cheese.
Are you still talking?
Dude. I just like being on the water. That's probably my favorite thing. Really clears your mind and you're really not thinking about anything else.
So our rig that we're using here today, Paradise Popper Extremes, are made by Bomber. They make a lot of clicking noise. Ball bearings at the bottom here imitates the sound of crustaceans, like crabs clicking, feeding, all that stuff.
I'm kind of a novice with fishing. I do little things here and there, but to get out there today with all these guys and kind of learn the ropes, it was fun, It kind of quiet down, and I just like that it's the only thing on your mind.
Just pop it hard, okay? Like 1, 2, 3.
Okay.
And then just let it sit for 4 or 5 seconds. You want to really hear that noise when you're popping it. So watch your slack line. And if you do get a bite, you're going to want to count to 3 before you set the hook. If you're fishing with a cork all day long and you don't have a little bit of a sore elbow or an arm, then you probably weren't popping your cork hard enough. Right away, within the first 15 minutes, Antonio had a nice redfish in the boat.
There he is.
Your partner's not too quick on the net.
Oh, man.
Attaboy, smash first fish. Beauty.
Nice
Team Mauti Maleka.
First fish on board, 1-0.
We got a nice red in the boat. We moved up the lake a couple miles and we hit another spot and we found this nice bay. And I threw out my cork right away. Within the first 10 seconds, it went down and we were onto some trout. So we sat there for a while and I think we got 7 trout there.
Yeah, about 7.
I think I got 7 trout there, actually.
About 7.
Got him? Fish. There we go.
Yeah, that's a good looking fish.
You don't go too far.
Fish on. That's a trout.
Oh, that's a nicer trout. Unbelievable. Like he actually might know what he's talking about.
After Shawn's trout spree, the guys move to a new spot where Antonio and Mauti finally pull in another fish. But the other team isn't so sure that this fish should count.
Oh, nice little needle fish. It's a fish in a box, my friend. Anybody need a toothpick?
We are unsure to count fully as a fish. I mean, it's a little thing.
It got in the boat, it's a fish. It got on the hook on the bait.
It look more like a worm than a fish.
Talking about non-specified species. Fish or fish?
If you're writing the rule book and I hear the word fish, that thing is swimming, it's breathing under the water, it's a fish.
After Mauti and Antonio's brief moment of success, a familiar face is back at it, adding to his team's point total.
That's fish. Who do you think has the fish? Throw him in the box. I really enjoy fishing with Shawn because me not knowing too much about fishing, it's fun to be able to ask questions, and he knows what he's doing, obviously, and he's very good at it.
And it would appear that Z is learning quickly from his teammate. Mike Zordich hauled in 2 more fish to give himself and Shawn a huge lead over Mowdy and Antonio. The boys are fishing on Lake St. Catherine in Louisiana with professional football players Mike Mowdy and Mike Zordich. The fellas are in the middle of a fishing competition with Shawn and Z comfortably in first place. But Antonio is hoping that his teammates' home field advantage will help them put some more points on the board and more fish in the box.
Oh yeah, here we go.
Mike Mowdy was great out in the boat. He actually grew up in Mandeville, just about 15 minutes away from here. So it was great to learn from him out there because he's grown up here. His dad's a big fisherman. His whole family loves to be on the water. So
Yeah, that's a good fish. Let me get my net for my partner. Come on. Mike Mowdy's an amazing fisherman, actually. Like Shawn said, I was learning from him too.
nice. He's pretty much a local hero here. He blocked a punt a couple weeks ago and ran it in for a touchdown. And when he showed up in the marina today here, everyone was talking about that punt.
Oh, here we go. Yeah, got one. All right. Nice net, man.
Him up
There
now.
you go, count him up. Nice little red. Let him go, grow up, be big. But it still counts. I got a nice little sheep head here. Right there, man. Ooh! Yes, indeed. Not only are we catching them, but we eating them too.
And that's exactly what Antonio plans to do. Mike Mowdy and Smash have caught fire and put a dent in the fish-on's lead. And now it's time for Antonio to turn up the heat in the kitchen as he puts the sheep head to the flame to make his latest dish.
A Louisiana-style jambalaya. I'm not making your traditional jambalaya. Different ingredients altogether and easy for you so you can do at home as well. Here we have some really nice fresh fillets of sheephead. Sheephead is a meaty fish. We're gonna start off with our base. Get your pan going, get your butter in there to start, get our onions in there, start sweating these off. The peppers and the onions will cook together. In between those bell peppers, I have a little poblano pepper to turn the heat up a little bit. Not so spicy. Again, you can use a jalapeno, you can use a habanero, any kind of heat you want to bring to the table. I'm gonna get your tomatoes in there. You want to really cook off what you have going here first, kind of sweat it down. I just got some salt, some black pepper to taste, and mixed all that together. Keep your heat to about medium-high. You don't want to burn this stuff. You kind of want to reduce it right down. You could add any kind of meat to it that you prefer. Today, again, we're using the fish, so we really want to highlight that sheep head. Now that that's about 3/4 done, we're going to grab our fish here, put it on our cutting board. And like I said, we're going to make some cuts to about 1 inch or so. Don't be shy with your fish. You can add as much as you like. We got our Louisiana spice. To kick it up a notch, we're just gonna kind of gently coat this fish, give it a little mix up. We're gonna add that right into our pile there. You can see the real nice colors in this jambalaya. See, this fish is getting a little white color to it. That's an indication that it's starting to cook. We're gonna add the potatoes. These are about 3/4 cooked already. And then we have some really nice sprigs of asparagus. In the market, you're just gonna kind of pop them on there like that. Another key ingredient when you're doing a jambalaya is Worcestershire sauce. It actually adds a little bit of sweet with a little bit of salty at the same time. And the smell, the aroma that is coming off of this dish is unbelievable. Now, we did add a lot of salt and a lot of pepper to your vegetables, so you really don't need to add any more at this point. But what I'm gonna do here is I wanna spice it up a notch. I'm gonna take a little bit of more of this Louisiana seasoning, and I'm just gonna kind of go over it one more time. Another thing now that is important is adding your stock. What you want to do is not add the stock too early because then you'll be poaching your fish. And the stock that you usually use when you're doing a jambalaya is a basic chicken broth. Some people even use beef broth. But I have a fish stock. Take your bones, the head, tail. You can reduce that down in a pot with celery, carrots, and onion to make a really nice broth. Strain it out. Don't waste your fish. And you're going to let that reduce right into your fish. You're going to notice that everything is cooked evenly. It's really important that when you are cooking a jambalaya, you don't throw everything into the dish all at once and start cooking it. You can see now this fish is starting to break apart in the dish. When you see that happening, you know that your dish is pretty much done. You don't want to overcook the fish. You don't want it to be rubbery. Let's finish this off with our rice. Now, I already parboiled this rice, so it's already cooked. All you really want to do is bring it back to temperature, and you want that rice to soak in all the flavor of all that beautiful fish. I'm going to add 3 heaping spoons of rice to that. The color of that white rice is going to turn the color of your stock. Give her a little flip, Make sure all the ingredients are mixed together. I like to use a nice bowl so that way there's no mess on your plate. Another couple pieces of fish just for the top. I have here some fresh alfalfa sprouts that we picked up at the market here. We're just gonna garnish it like so, keep the height. We have a Louisiana style sheephead jambalaya. This is what I can do with the fish. Stay tuned to see what the football stars do with their dish.
The guys are headed out to the final fishing spot for their competition.
Then we decided it was time to go out and fish Lake Pontchartrain and get it under the bridges and try to get some numbers.
Shawn has moved these guys to a place where the fish have a chance to be even bigger, and there are more species to catch.
The thing I love most about fishing here is you can bring a 6.5-foot spinning rod with a 3,000 or 4,000 series reel, and you can go out and you can catch every species.
It's just a magical place to come fishing, and I would advise anybody if they're in this area to come and try it.
Good Z over there. He's checked out.
Oh, yes, sir. There you go. Yes, indeed.
I'm not happy about it either.
I missed
That rod bender, we got a rod bender, baby. Oh, boy.
Is it a trout?
Big trout. Oh, yeah, beauty.
That's the trout we're talking about. See a little trout. Oh, Shawn was catching. This thing's nice, man. 10 of these bad boys. We'll be having some trout po' boys tonight.
After his teammate reeled in that great trout, Antonio decided to do his part too.
Another big sheephead.
Antonio and Mowdy are making a comeback, and Shawn is not too happy about that.
He's a beauty.
You gonna net him or what?
I don't want it.
Give me the net.
This gets you to within one.
Just a matter of time.
And after that fish, the floodgates opened up and the competition caught fire.
Attaboy, Z. We need our 2-point lead back. Don't horse him too hard.
There we go. Yeah. Needed it.
From big fish
10-9. You're going to count that?
to little fish, to fish that are lucky to be alive.
Perfect fish on. Looks like he's had a shark or something onto his tail, so we'll call this a fish with 9 lives. We'll let him live to see another day here.
These guys are catching everything.
Beauty.
Yes, sir. That's the trout we're looking for.
Just so we have it for the record. Oh no, that's the tying fish.
I was getting anxious.
There we go, a couple nice little sheephead. Oh, nice flounder, beauty.
Nice.
There we go. Fishing with Z was great. He got our only flounder of the day. We like those. They're tasty. He's a great partner to have. He was a great net man. He showed up for me when I had to fish on. Unlike their partners, I had to run over for them every fish, but beauty.
Z may have pulled in the only flounder of the day, but this competition is still anybody's game as the teams are neck and neck heading into the 4th quarter.
Yeah, right. Get that thing in there. Sheephead are out in droves today. There's one. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. The fire.
These guys are just tying us up here every time we get back in the lead.
There's a fish.
You know it.
That's a good one.
You know it.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Oh, boys, I love it. Oh, yeah. Getting the net.
Man, I feel like I'm in the 4th quarter of a football game. The coach just put me in and he's sitting on the bench the whole game. And then I got him. And that's a good one. Attaboy.
21-21 right now. We really got to buckle down here, Z, and come through with this win. I can't stand to listen to Smash on the plane.
So we had like a 4th quarter Hail Mary, down 1 fish actually. Then me and Antonio come back with 2 fish in a row.
Oh, no!
Yeah! Yeah! That's how we do it. And she's in the boat. I got 1 shrimp left.
I have 1 more shrimp left.
Oh, you do?
25-24.
It looks like we're all down to our last shrimp here, folks.
Man.
We had them up
Thought I had
7-1 at one point here. And they came storming back.
Shawn and Z are down by 1 point with only 1 shrimp left between the two of them. That means that if Mike, Mowdy, and Smash can reel in just 1 more fish, Antonio will get his first ever win in Fish and Fire history.
And that's it. That's the game, folks. That's the game, and that's the game, folks. Woo! I deserve this. I don't even want a net for this one. I just want to flip him right in the boat.
I love to see it.
Flip him in. Man! That's how I roll, folks. Fish and Fire first, right here.
We had them early in the day. They just turned on hard here. Yeah, let them live another day.
I just want to let you know you sealed the deal. Because of that, you're free. Oh man, today was a great day. I mean, I can't stop laughing because I'm so happy that I finally won a competition against this guy right here. I'm getting emotional here.
But it's okay. I'm gonna give Antonio his props here. It's everyone needs to eat a piece of humble pie once in a while. So I'll take mine for today, but I'll tell you next episode it's not gonna happen
I'm
again.
baking a lot of humble pie.
Congrats, Smash.
Hey, well, thank you.
Good day on the water. I had fun.
And that's a wrap here, guys.
The guys are in Slidell, Louisiana. The fishing competition is done, and now it's time for these football studs to square off in the kitchen. Today's dish is
Louisiana-style fish and chips. Got some really cool local beers, but we picked up some cool hot sauces on here. They like to turn up the heat a bit. I hope you can handle the heat.
I'm hoping they don't use too much heat.
Well, let's call them in. We'll step out of the way and let them go at it. We have some red fish that we caught earlier. We have tartar sauce, baked beans, alfalfa sprouts for presentation, lemon wedges, coleslaw, flour mixture, different varieties of seasonings, hot sauces, and of course your lager to use as a base for your batter. And have fun with it. May the best man win. You guys ready to go?
Absolutely.
All right, let's fire up these stoves.
Fire them up.
We'll fire them up.
Cheers. Cheers. Okay.
The cooking competition was unbelievable.
Here, I think I'm gonna start with my batter here.
Making the batter was a little tricky because I'm not a big fryer, but I grabbed the Commotion APA and threw that in there. Just thought that might work.
It all starts with a batter. Here we go.
So you cook often, Mike?
I've cooked it once or twice. I'm no Antonio over here. I'm just, when you're making a batter, you're talking about frying a redfish, a trout. I mean, you can fry anything, really. I almost fried the baked beans just to like put a feather in my cap, but I didn't do it. I didn't want to show off. So what I did,
do it because it can't be done.
because I got a little secret. I got a little something for you. I like a little action. I mean, I got even a little bit of, what are you talking about here? That's a little secret, don't tell them.
I don't know what this is. It's going good.
Nope, not right yet, not right yet.
Competition for me with those two guys wasn't about the food. It was about watching them interact with each other.
Well, it's getting there though, I'll tell you.
It's a little runny over
It's
there.
getting there,
Should I
and
let you
I'll
know?
say this, I'm gonna get a little bit of that there, a little bit of there.
None of that.
Can you hand me the flour, please?
Yeah, here. Just having Antonio around while we're cooking really helped, and I enjoyed that a lot.
Trick I could teach you. Just to check to know if your oil is ready. Put a little ball in there. You can see that floats right away.
I'm very interested in cooking and recipes and ingredients, and to hear him speak on things and be able to ask him some questions here and there. And it was fun to have a professional opinion around it.
Your batter looks really good there, to be honest.
Wait, I didn't hear you. Could you say that again?
So that looks absolutely perfect.
Don't say
That's
that.
what I thought you said. Having Antonio there was definitely a game changer. The scope of his knowledge, not just a particular area. Really, it's all. And we're in. Check on here. Flip my. You got a golden brown, crispy. It's gonna be salty. I'm thinking it's gonna cross all 5 of the flavor spectrums. It's gonna be something special. She's ready. She's ready. Get her out of there. Here it comes.
These NFL athletes fried up their fish and then moved on to their potatoes. And Mike Mowdy showed that he has a few tricks up his sleeve.
I got one more.
Have you ever seen this before?
I have never seen this before, Mike, and I gotta tell you something. I'm excited to eat it.
The potatoes were crossing the line.
If you do only what's expected of you, then you're just average. Being average is being as close to you are as the bottom as you are to the top. That's it. That's how I see it. So you got to go above and beyond the Call of Duty.
I have nothing to say to that analogy.
Hey, it might backfire.
I'm
you
gonna be
never
honest.
know.
He's my competition, but I'm even excited.
There you go.
I think the most important thing when you're talking about preparing a dish, presentation.
100% agree with you, Mike. And that's why I'm not too worried, because I consider myself more of an artiste in the kitchen than a cook,
They're right into it. They're chirping each other. I like it.
You look like you've been painting.
Well, I have been painting because this is my canvas. This is my canvas.
It kind of reminds me of you and me on the boat, actually.
What is the most important thing about cooking for people? Is getting the order in and out. As you see, I am done. Food is cooked, and you are still coloring over there.
Yep.
Now that Mowdy is done coloring, it's time for Shawn and Antonio to pick the winning dish.
They both went beyond my expectations. They both made unbelievable fish. The presentation on both of them were good.
Perfectly salted.
I taste a lot of the beer in that batter, that's for sure.
Mowdy's dish. Here we go.
Wow. Maudi kind of add a little more seasoning, and his batter seemed to stick to the fish a little bit better.
I'm gonna go first here because I like to let guys down easy. I like you to be the heartbreaker, so I'm gonna have to go with Maudi on this dish. His fish was just cooked perfect, didn't fall apart on your fork. Those battered potatoes, we were laughing at him as he did it, but that won the dish for him for sure.
When it came to presentation, both of them, I mean, it was a toss-up. They both looked really equally well. But in terms of taste, I gotta say Mike Maudi's fish tasted a lot better, in my opinion.
With those battered potatoes, I don't know how he came up with that, but they were good, so that's what did it for me.
Antonio did say that my batter had more of the beer taste, which was what we were going for, a beer battered fish. I think that you won simply because nobody ever had a fried potato before.
Well, you got your participation ribbon, I got my victory ribbon.
They gave you a ribbon?
Congratulations, that was up.
Thank you very much. Good job, appreciate it. Glad you guys enjoyed it.
Really good. My lasting thoughts on this trip were honestly just one hell of an experience. I mean, even though I lost a couple battles along the way, it was just fun to get out on the water and experience a new place and learn from two professionals, both in the kitchen and on the water.
We really got a little taste of everything, and that was what's most important, especially Mike's first time out here. And it was a beautiful day, and it really just made for a wonderful fishing experience.
Today we're here in the Florida Keys in the fishing capital of the world, Islamorada, Florida.
On this episode of Celebrity Fish and Fire,
Special guests today, Greg Hellman and Chris Tillman from the Baltimore Orioles.
Shawn and Chef Antonio fish and cook with special guests, Major League Baseball pitcher Chris Tillman.
I look forward to the offseason to be able to get on the water and fish.
And his father-in-law, Greg.
We caught fish today. It's a good thing.
Everyone is competing to see who catches the biggest fish, and we'll find out which special guest cooks the best dish. The show where jokes, fishing, cooking, and fun lets everyone feel like they're number one.
Welcome to Fish and Fire.
I'm Shawn and I'm the guide on Fish and Fire.
Shawn and Antonio.
Antonio Smash Maleka. I'm the chef.
That smash part's self-proclaimed though.
What do you mean?
No one calls you that, you call yourself that.
I smash fish and cook fish. That's what I do.
You're a good cook. You're a good fisherman. You aren't.
Looks like a pretty nice day out there.
It is. It cleared up from yesterday. Yesterday was a pretty rainy day here in the Keys, which you don't get too often. But today looks like we've got some nice sun out here. Calm waters, so we're gonna get out there and catch some fish.
Oh, looks like here come the boys now.
Nice.
Hey, how you doing, Antonio?
Chris.
Chris, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Greg, nice to meet you.
Chris, I'm Shawn.
Nice to meet you, Shawn. Chris.
Nice to meet you,
You
Greg.
guys all fired up to get out there today?
Absolutely.
Greg Hellman, Chris's father-in-law.
I'm Chris Tillman. I'm a starting pitcher with the Baltimore Orioles.
When Chris Tillman isn't pitching during baseball season, he reverses roles and catches fish in the off-season.
He does a lot of freshwater fishing as well, bass. He said he's into a lot of tournaments.
What I love about fishing is that it's something that gets you away from everything that you do in everyday life. Like for me, being in sports nowadays, you know, it's a long 7-8 months of baseball every day. And I look forward to the off-season to be able to get on the water and fish.
And when he's off, it's fun to be around him, fish. A little fresh water with him in the salt water.
Something I can go out and get away and, you know, relieve a lot of stress.
Head out, we're gonna deep drop for some mutton snapper, maybe some grouper. We're gonna do a slow troll for some wahoo, king mackerel, and hopefully hook into a sailfish. So got a nice flat day, so let's get in the boat and get out there and get some fish.
Ready?
Ready? All right, let's do it, guys.
Okay.
Go ahead.
You can never have too much bait when saltwater fishing, so the first order of the day is throwing a net out and using small amounts of bait to attract an even more plentiful amount of live bait. This allows you to fish all day long in the ocean.
We got rods set up with 3 or 4 hooks on. We should be pulling the grunts in like crazy.
Perfect.
Looks like the rain's holding off for us for now, eh?
It's gonna be a good day.
Took us about an hour and a half, I'd say, to actually catch our bait to go fishing for the day. We're running low on bait here. We're catching these grunts. So what you want to first do with this ballyhoo, just run your knife up and down, take the scales off, makes a softer bait, and just cut that up into strips. Some bait.
I've done a lot of bait fishing. It's something you have to do. It's a necessity. You ain't catching fish without bait. So I've done quite a bit of it.
As soon as it hits.
There we go. Fish on over here, Scott. There's what we're looking for. Little grunt.
Very grunt.
Sound like you when you're sleeping. You kept me up all night last night.
Okay, yeah. I won't tell him. Don't worry about that. I won't tell him nothing.
And then from there we went out for some groupers. We ended up getting into like 4 or 5 groupers.
When you're hooking up these grunts here, when you're fishing for the grouper, taking that hook through both lips, that nose is going to be a little hard. You don't want these grouper just sucking that bait off. Boom, just like that, past the barb, just like so. Here we're using a big level line reel, heavy rod. These fish are tough to get off the bottom. When they start to bite too, you're going to want a couple hard cranks, just one pull up halfway, reel, pull, reel. You really want to get these fish out of the coral, and you also want to get them away from the sharks. So really got to work this fish hard to get it up about 20 feet off the bottom. Then after that, you can start giving it the longer pulls.
Reeling in a grouper can be challenging.
Always exciting when you have to wear a belt, right?
And Chris Tillman is going to find out another challenger also wants that grouper.
Fish, there we go. Oh!
Sharks.
Chris did well there. He got it up off the bottom 20, 30 feet, and then all of a sudden that shark came in and ate that grouper, so snapped us off. But getting into like 4 or 5 groupers, and those things are strong. You're trying to get those things off the bottom, and finally when you do get them off the bottom, you get the hang of it, the shark will come along and whack them.
Chris has another bite and desperately tries to reel it in a race against time.
There we go, beauty. Right under the boat. Oh!
You lose them? Are you kidding me? You lose them? So the whole point is to get them out as fast as you can, but the second you get them out, they try to go back in, you're pulling away, they're stuck, and the shark gets them. So we got shark bit 4 or 5 times, and
Oh, I think I'm into a shark.
you know, it was frustrating. Shawn had a couple tough ones, and I had a couple tough ones. I think we all did, and you know, it's the name of the game.
I think I'm coming up with a head. Oh, he's gone. Wow, what a fight that is.
Guide Shawn and Chef Antonio are in Islamorada near the Florida Keys, fishing with special guest Chris Tillman, the starting pitcher for the Baltimore Orioles, and his father-in-law Greg. So far, their attempts to reel in grouper have all been ruined by sharks.
The turning point of our day, actually, I think, was when we went out and we found that one little piece. It looked like a floating water bottle. It was white.
Here we found some debris out here. Nice triple tail under him.
And whenever you find something on the ocean like that, that's a great spot for bait fish to hide. And with bait fish come bigger fish. So
there we go.
I think it was Smash that actually took the first cast at it. Boom, he hooked up.
Dolphin. Nice. Attaboy. Nice dolphin. Smash.
And he said, Greg, take the rod.
Here, come here.
Chris, you know, my first impression was like, wow, triple tail must be big because, you know, it's heavy. So I said, Greg, get over here.
Come reel that one up.
When it hit that rod, it was like, we knew it was something big. We didn't know what it was.
Next thing you know, Smash, it's a big mahi. This mahi comes jumping out of the water. I was like, oh my gosh, I had that thing in my head.
Here we go. Let's get this triple tail in the boat here. Getting in triple tail. We got a nice dolphin on. There we go. That's a triple tail. Nice. See, you got the net. This mahi's coming across the back here, boys. Yeah, you got him there. Perfect.
Get the net, Shawn.
Yep, that's me a net. Beauty. These things are delicious. Like a rattlesnake. Beautiful looking fish though. Really good to eat. High food quality on these guys.
And fought it, and fought it, and fought it, and I'm about to tire out.
Please remember to lead your fish with that gaff, okay?
Yeah.
We want to make sure that they have fun fishing, and I think he had a hell of a time bringing that
He
in.
was MVP day one.
He was MVP. Probably the biggest one I've ever seen or witnessed. When that thing came to the boat, I was like, oh my God, this is humongous. Nice. Heads up.
Nice. Now that's a mahi right there.
Oh boy, Gregor.
Drop him.
Wow.
How does that make you feel?
Outstanding. Ready for another one.
It's a mahi right there.
That's the one.
Beauty fish.
One for the books.
You put the pressure on me with the gap. Wasn't good.
Yeah, good job.
Fish so nice, they named it twice.
Throw him back, let him live another day here. No, just joking. Going in the box.
Yeah, that was an exciting part of the day for me. First one, big one, so it's pretty nice.
Had the assist on the rod belt. Went to the bullpen.
That is correct.
A storm front moves
It
in.
was exactly a downpour. It
It
was
was a little more than a downpour.
pouring.
But we got out there and Chris followed us right out, eh?
Oh, yeah, he was right into
He's
it.
a diehard, so.
I got Shawn sitting next to me, Chef standing in between us, Mr. Greg sitting in the galley,
Sitting in the galley.
afraid of the rain.
Afraid of rain. My mother told me never go out and play in the rain, especially when you're on a big boat in the Atlantic Ocean.
Greg's 7th inning stretch pays off as he catches another big fish after the storm, a yellowfin tuna.
There we go, boys. Nice tuna. How's that for you?
You're right. Good.
Nice one.
Outstanding.
We ended up getting tuna, a big mahi. It was just a great day out there, right? And then next thing you know, we got hooked into this amberjack.
So when I caught that amberjack, it was the real deal. It gave me a run for my money.
And it was a good 25-minute, half-hour fight.
Yeah, boy. That's a beautiful amberjack right there. Have you caught an amberjack before?
Nope, never.
No?
Have a look here, Shawn.
Nice fight, eh?
Anyways, this one was very wormy. So we said, you know what, this one's a live release, and we already had lots to eat, so.
Beautiful, nice fish.
With plenty of fish to eat, they call it a day. Chef Antonio will fire up the grill and demonstrate how to cook up a delicious dish called banana wrap salmon.
We're here in Smash's Kitchen. Welcome to another episode of Fish and Fire. Today we got something special. We have some beautiful Wild Pacific salmon. Today we're doing this in banana leaves. We took the salmon sides out. Make sure you get all those pin bones. These pin bones will run vertical right down the center. You can use needle nose pliers, just get right in there, pull those pin bones out. You're gonna be able to feed tons of people with it, and you're only doing it once. So we have here some basic ingredients, guys. What I have, it's almost like an Asian slaw. We're going with the Asian flavor here. This stuff here is amazing. This ponzu dressing is basically like soy sauce. It's got a little hint of lemon and lime in there. I use this for all types of different fish. I love this product. We're just gonna make a little vinaigrette. Same line here, the American rice wine vinegar. It goes really nice with the ponzu when you put them together. Just your basic kind of slaw. Fresh fennel, onions, julienne peppers, chili pepper. We have some grilled lemons here again. This is all for presentation. We want it to look nice. If it looks good, it tastes better. Let's start assembling this beautiful banana wrap salmon. We're gonna place this right on top like so. You wanna kind of create a really nice bed of vegetables right on top of that salmon. Kosher salt here, I'm just gonna lightly season. Make sure your vegetables are nice and flush. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna take the top half of your fish and you're gonna create that whole fish. You're gonna place this right on top like so. You're gonna wanna wrap this fairly tight. It's really important that when you are wrapping this, once you get that first flip going, after that it's fairly easy. Kind of hold that tight. You wanna cover the top end. You wanna kind of do the same with the bottom. You don't want any of the heat to escape when you're cooking this. What's gonna happen is the banana leaf is actually gonna keep the fish nice and moist. And as you're going, make sure it's nice, tight, and clean. When you get to the end, guys, just kind of cut. Now we're gonna go on to the next step, tying the banana wrap salmon nice and tight so it's ready to go in the oven. Just your straight up butcher's twine. You want about 16 inches. Tie a simple knot. Now what we're gonna do, guys, is we're actually gonna tie this salmon nice and tight and get it ready for the oven. You always wanna secure the tail. You wanna make sure that it's all in tight. One trick I like to do, guys, is I just like to get a bit of water, kind of just sprinkle it on top of your banana leaves so it stays a little moist. We're gonna do about 350 degrees. We're gonna do it in about 45 minutes. Perfectly cooked, medium rare for 45 minutes. Okay, and we're gonna open this right up once you got your twine out of there. Okay guys, our salmon is done here. Pull it with your knife and you'll see how it literally just comes right apart. And again, you wanna serve it with the skin off. Some fresh lime juice. You wanna squirt that right over top of that. Some fresh lemons that we grilled off. Gonna be for presentation here. We have some red amaranth, which is a micro sprout, really nice micro cilantro. Gonna lightly garnish just the center of this fish with the beautiful colors here. Your guests are gonna absolutely flip out. You pop this on the table, they're gonna think that you called this in from some gourmet chef or some gourmet catering company. And guys, it's so easy to do. So our viewers in the West Coast, add this to your recipe book because I'll tell you something, you're gonna wanna use this one all the time.
It's day 2 here in Islamorada, Florida. The guys start off the day reeling in a barracuda.
Powerful fish, man. Whew.
Nice.
That's a big cuda.
Look at the teeth on those things.
Barracuda, baby. It'll be cut bait for us. It's nice to get that big chunk of barracuda on there. Tough skinned. That way you know when you get your bait to the bottom that it's gonna stay on your hook. And just a little tug isn't gonna take it off. It's less than 500 feet of water. Very oily, stinky fish, so it's easy for fish to find. We ran into a bit of a problem out there the second day. Antonio ended up plugging the toilets, no one could use it. So we got a little bit of a situation here, Chris.
So what do you say?
So,
What'd you do,
nobody
Antonio?
else can use the washroom on the boat. He's looking for a plunger back there.
Can't even go to the washroom without getting the chirping of this guy.
I think that's the whole reason why we caught a bunch of fish there. It was pretty slow before you did that.
I have no comment, Shawn.
No comment. Yeah.
I know what you're talking about.
Making a mess.
I had to go to the bathroom and I went. You know what I mean? Like, you know what kills me about you, man? You pulled one out and is that you don't miss anything. You were just waiting for that to happen, weren't you?
Oh, geez.
Oh, God.
You were hoping I didn't see it.
Yeah, I was.
I gotta look after you everywhere we go.
What are you talking about? Yeah, well, thanks. Thanks for reminding me.
So then right after that, Chris hammered a nice mackerel, a good fight for about 15 minutes. That hit hard, Chris, that hit hard.
So the king mackerel was me and Shawn were battling to see who can get the baits in the water the fastest, and luckily it bit mine instead of his.
There we go, boys.
Oh yeah.
There's a king.
Attaboy, that's the king we've been looking for. Chris got his first king mackerel out here, but got a bunch of smaller ones. That's what we've been looking for there. Probably about a 15 to 20 pounder anyways. But he had never caught one before this trip, and to finish off with a mackerel like that was great.
Antonio's bad luck continues. His line snaps off before he can reel in a big one.
How's it feel? That feels
big,
good, eh?
man, yeah. Oh, God. He's going to spoon me out. Barely got any line left.
Did he come off?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Or he's swimming here. But
No, he came off. I saw your rod bounce.
That was really big.
Was it?
Oh, my God.
What happened to Smash just a second ago? That's his wire leader.
That was a big fish.
Snapped right in half, so good fish.
Shawn was outstanding. You know, the whole trip, always on top of it, as well as Smash.
Hope you guys had a good time. Smash.
All right, seriously, where'd that come from?
All my friends called me Smash when we were fishing because I said it a lot.
That sounds really made up to me.
No, I swear to
really made
you.
up.
Every time I caught a fish, I'm like, Smash! So they just started calling me Smash. It was just a habit.
True or false?
I've never heard him say that in my life.
Oh, you see?
Get out of here.
Antonio was an awful fisherman. Awful fisherman.
You're going there, aren't you?
I'm going there.
Okay.
I'm going there. And a great chef, but an awful fisherman. I hope, is he standing behind me?
Yeah, he's there probably somewhere.
No, it was great. It was great to be around. He made it easy on us. He was absolutely a blast to be around. I'm gonna have to call him when I head to Toronto and have him cook me some food.
Baltimore Orioles starting pitcher Chris Tillman and his father-in-law Greg Hellman are going head-to-head in a cooking competition.
Hey guys, here we are here in Fish and Fire Kitchen. So I'm thinking, let's do the king mackerel. Let's get these guys fired up. We got some nice citrus fruits, some beautiful walnuts, tomatoes, onions, mangoes, California lettuce, asparagus. Last but not least, let's bring in the boys here. We got Mr. Hillman and Mr. Tillman.
See you, sir.
Guys, how are you?
Ready to learn something?
I'm ready. I'm ready for you guys to teach me something. So I got the grill fired up here, guys. Decided to go with king mackerel. I know there is a little bit of a competition going on.
Why would you say that?
There is a competition.
Yes,
Okay.
there is.
What do you have to say about that, Chris?
Let's go.
Let's go. Let's get it done. Perfect. You have the exact same stuff to work with. There's going to be a judging competition as well. Somebody's going to have to critique this. Let's get cooking, guys.
Chef, I think I'm gonna go with the king mackerel steak. You know, it looks big and thick, and hopefully it'll stay together on the grill for me. Caught it today, nice and fresh.
It does look fresh. Get her going. Start doing whatever you need to do.
I think that's a little advantage because he caught that fish.
Yeah, I mean, the
didn't.
fish are like this.
They're tight.
You know?
They are
So
tight.
they're made
don't
out,
like you.
there's a little advantage
like
there,
you.
but I'm gonna give it my best shot because I'm also gonna go with the steak.
Always make sure, guys, at home when you are cooking your fish, especially when you're grilling it, get a nice lube on that. Exactly what Chris is doing there. You want to do both sides. And as you're grilling it too, you could always re-lube it on the surface because what happens is that meat will start to stick to the grill.
This cooking is something I haven't done a whole lot of, and you know, I felt like I'd done it for a while because I had Chef Smash Antonio with us.
What are you thinking of doing? You said you were going to do the same steak.
I gotta do it even though that's part of his advantage, but we'll do the same.
So one important thing, guys, when we are doing this is presentation always. I think that the presentation is big. We eat with our eyes.
No, it was fun. It was fun. You know, I was a little nervous getting into it, but don't be offended when I spit yours out.
No problem.
It played itself out, and everything was there and ready for us, and we took it as serious as I possibly could.
A little seasoning.
Wrong shoulder.
Doesn't matter.
Definitely the wrong shoulder.
We'll wait and see how he tastes it. He's already criticizing my seasoning, so we'll see what happens.
I got you guys some weapons.
I need a long one. I need the armory.
There you go.
See the difference.
How's he looking? Look at that. That's not too bad.
Good.
You know, I had some good expectations for them, and they both did very well. Uh-oh, he's pulling out the frying pan.
Only way to go.
Greg right away, you know, you could tell he had more ideas going through his mind as I was explaining all the kind of condiments that I had set up for them. What are you doing here, bud?
I'll start my salad.
Okay, yeah, good thing you got your fish going there.
I think a little mix of the spinach and the field greens.
Yeah, go ahead,
Thank
man. Yeah, get it going. Is he intense like this all the time?
No, he's just nervous.
Is he? Yeah.
Gotta get his butt work.
You ever threw a 90-mile-per-hour fastball at him?
That is a no.
I would never
happened.
Never happened?
No.
You never step into the batter's box.
I've been close to him before. That's been enough for me.
Yeah. That the ingredients and firing something up. I have no idea what he's doing, but it's looking good. What's your take on this? What are you thinking of doing here?
Well, we're going to take onion with a little of the walnuts and pecans, and then do a little spinach shot on the top with balsamic vinegar.
Right there was the game changer. I should
Little
take my
salad.
jacket off and put it on you.
Well, not yet. Your job's
Yeah,
safe.
okay. I could tell right just from seeing what he was doing that I thought that it would be a lot better than Chris's. How's your steak going, Chris? Looking good?
Looks good.
He's looking real good.
Getting the lime juice out?
I'm getting a little worried now.
Are you?
Yeah.
And what's going through your mind as you're
He
watching?
stole my spinach, but that's okay.
You took all your spinach?
No, I didn't.
I had the asparagus there. I mean, Greg's portion, I was shocked to see that he actually kind of used everything that I put out there.
I don't know, I'm worried a little.
Well, listen, I'm a little more worried.
I'm done.
Are you sure? Look at that.
I'm done.
Step away from the board, please.
And then I'm done.
Hands off. There's something that these guys don't know. Judges will not be myself, and it won't be Fish on.
Oh, what?
We have two special judges. It's gonna be your beautiful wives. They are actually gonna try these dishes. Now, this is the thing, guys. They do not know which dish is which.
Having my wife and daughter come in was quite interesting, because it was like, all right, it really interesting. Because when I cook at home, sometimes I get critiqued pretty good.
I'm gonna invite Christina and Deborah in just to see, guys, what your first impression is on these dishes.
You gonna go watch it?
Yeah. It's a little messy.
I agree. I absolutely agree.
That might be my husband. That might be my dad.
And then they come in to judge what we had cooked, so.
This is definitely Chris. Lime. He loves lime.
How's the
I
seasoning?
like that. I like the seasoning. It's light,
Okay.
buttery.
Buttery. Good. How's the salad?
Well, I like that dressing. It's not cooked, it's fresh.
Oh, he used a little bit of the nuts, and he used a little bit of.
Love that. Walnut.
Okay, perfect. Let's bring this dish over.
That one's lighter.
Kind of like a warming salad with some asparagus, and cook the onions with.
Oh, I like that. Oh, that's
I
good.
just think that Greg put a little more effort in the ingredients, the presentation.
Definitely dad, because he likes sauteed onions. Am I right?
That's a much better dressing, sorry.
No, you gotta be brutally honest. I mean, this is,
I like it cooked.
you like it cooked?
Yep. Okay, I like this one.
Gonna agree that this is,
This one.
so there's a clear
Yeah.
winner, so I don't have to jump in there,
Nope.
for sure.
We all agreed.
We all agree? Okay, how are they cooking at home?
Oh, no.
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 All right. I think Chris was a little nervous about it because his wife is brutally honest. The look on his face when I brought in his wife and his mother-in-law, you could tell he was like, oh, I'm in trouble. There was a unanimous decision, so there was a clear winner.
So I was kind of nervous about that, but you know, with the chef there, like I said earlier, it was easy to pull off.
The hardest part, guys, would you like to reveal whose dish you thought won today's challenge?
I knew they picked the right dish, so it was easy for me at that point.
Dad, you're the winner.
This was rigged.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
To the ballpark next time you go.
Congrats, Dad.
I'm going to completely disagree with Greg. The only reason I picked his because they know what he cooks, and they can't tell Dad he's wrong. They can't do it.
Point.
They can't do it.
Good.
It was a lose-lose from the start.
The old man won.
And stay tuned until next episode when we bring you something back live in the kitchen and on the water.
The takeaway is great. You know, I had all around a great time.